Legend says Aztec warriors survived on 1 tablespoon of chia seeds per day. And nope, that's not an exaggeration, because get this. These tiny seeds can absorb up to 12 times their weight in water. So when you eat chia seeds, you're basically creating a magic sponge in your stomach, which sounds a bit wild, right? Well, stick around, because we're about to see what really happens if you eat chia seeds every day for a week, and if there are a few surprises in between. Day 1, the first surprise. You wake up, it's a great day, you drink your first chia-packed smoothie, feeling pretty good about the choice you've made, until a couple of hours later when you notice something strange. You're not hungry. In fact, you feel unusually full for such a small snack. You ask yourself, what's happening? Well, we'll tell you. Remember that magic sponge effect we mentioned? Chia seeds soak up liquid and expand into a jelly ball in your stomach, filling you up because they've taken up space in your gut. It's kind of like nature's zero-calorie filler, where the high-soluble fiber in chia seeds pulls in water and swells, so you end up feeling like you had a full meal when it was just a drink. And because of that, you don't find yourself hunting for chips an hour later. Being full, though, is just the first plot twist, because all that soluble fiber gel not only makes you feel full, it also slows down digestion. So you get a nice steady flow of energy instead of a sugar spike and crash. Days 2 to 3. By day 2 or 3, you might notice your tummy feeling lighter. Don't be shocked when that happens, because that's the 10 grams of fiber per ounce of chia talking. You'll notice that your bathroom schedule is as regular as a Swiss train timetable. And that's because the fiber in the chia seeds have personally trained your intestines, feeding the good bacteria in your gut and helping you go more consistently. In other words, at this point in the week, you'll be saying goodbye to that sluggish, bloated feeling you've always had. Also, given all that fiber, can you guess what might happen to any built-up waste in your body? Exactly. Because chia is nature's gentle but effective laxative, it will help soften and bulk up stool to help things move along like they're supposed to. All you need to do is make sure you're also drinking water as this happens, because fiber without water is like a traffic jam with no exit. Days 4 to 5. Around day 4, something interesting will happen. You'll realize you've been eating a bit less than usual without even trying. And this isn't because chia seeds are a tapeworm or anything crazy. No, they're just keeping you satisfied, because by this time your body will have gotten used to how they expand and make you feel full. So you might notice that your portions have naturally gotten smaller, or that you've been skipping that second plate of dinner because, well, you're not starving. The payoff then comes by day 5, when perhaps your pants might feel a bit looser or your weight reduced by a pound. It's not a dramatic biggest loser moment, but subtle weight loss can happen because you've now avoided the mindless snacking and maybe even dealt with your late night cravings, because all that fiber is keeping you full and your blood sugar stable. Essentially, chia seeds help you eat like a sensible adult rather than a ravenous raccoon at midnight. Who knew? Now, if you're thinking, is this all in our heads? Can a seed really do that? Consider this. Studies have shown that fiber-rich diets are linked to feeling fuller and eating fewer calories overall. Plus, because chia's fiber is mostly insoluble, it moves through you without breaking down, taking up space that keeps you filled up. So by the end of day 5, don't be surprised if you've naturally swapped that afternoon cookie for, say, nothing at all because you simply don't need it. Higher nutrient power-up. By now, you're probably wondering, aside from fiber and perhaps decent protein content, what else are these little seeds doing for me? The answer? A lot. For instance, one of the ways chia seeds function is as tiny multivitamin capsules. In 1 week of daily chia, you will have been flooding your body with a number of nutrients. Those 2 tablespoons a day will come with roughly 140 milligrams of calcium, which is about 14% of your daily needs and is great news for your bones. You will have also been getting magnesium, phosphorus, and manganese in significant amounts, which help everything from energy production to bone health. So essentially, your body will have been quietly stocking up on these many nutrients. Now, let's talk omega-3s, the famous healthy fats. Chia seeds are loaded with an omega-3 fatty acid called ALA, or alpha-linolenic acid. In fact, chia boasts more omega-3 ALA than even flax seeds, and by weight, it rivals certain fish oils. Now, ALA isn't the same as the EPA or DHA you get from fish, but your body can convert some of it to those active forms. The main thing is that with chia seeds, you'll get a plant-based source of omega-3 every day, which helps fight inflammation and supports brain health. You might not suddenly get a genius IQ boost after a week of chia, but you may notice less of those little joint pains or a generally better mood, which are the things chia seeds can help with behind the scenes. By the way, did we mention antioxidants? Chia seeds are also packed with antioxidants like quercetin, caffeic acid, and others that neutralize those naughty molecules that accelerate aging and cell damage. Chia seeds basically bring their own anti-rust spray for your cells, helping with heart health and even potentially reducing cancer risk over time, which isn't bad for something so small. And here's a fun fact for you to know. Chia seeds have been valued for their nutrients for centuries. I mean, the Mayans even named chia after their word for strength. So, as you're enjoying chia pudding on day 6, know that you're partaking in an ancient tradition of power eating. You're basically fueling up like a warrior, and your bones, your heart, and brain are all silently thanking you for it. Days 6 to 7. The glow up. By the end of the week, there's a good chance you'll catch yourself in the mirror and think, is that a new glow, or am I just imagining it? Well, it's real, and it's not in your head. People report brighter skin and a healthy glow after adding chia seeds to their diet. And if you're wondering how a seed could affect your skin so quickly, the answer lies in 2 reasons: hydration and antioxidants. See, all that water you've been dutifully drinking because chia makes you thirsty in a good way, plus the hydration from the seeds themselves, can plump up your skin cells a bit, giving you a much better look from within. Meanwhile, the antioxidants from chia will help to reduce inflammation and also repair your skin. So at the 1-week mark, you might notice your skin is less dry or dull than before, like you've been moisturizing from the inside out. By day 7, you'll also likely feel a nice steady energy throughout the day, partly thanks to chia helping stabilize your blood sugar so you have no crazy sugar highs or crashes. Some people even swap their 3 p.m. coffee for a chia fresca because it gives a light, sustained energy boost without caffeine. What you'll realize at the end of the week is that you've essentially been running on slow burn fuel all week, and it feels pretty darn good, which is not a bad achievement for 1 week of tiny seeds. Any downsides? Of course, no superpower comes without a problem or two. Superman will tell you that for free. So, in a case where you go too hard on the chia, like dumping half a cup into your smoothie, do slow down because you might experience some gas or bloating as a result. Chia's fiber is generally wonderful, but too much fiber too fast can cause gas while your gut bacteria get a little too excited fermenting it. So, the key is moderation. About a tablespoon or 2 a day is perfect for most people. Also, make sure you heed the water advice, because one thing you don't want is to eat a spoonful of dry chia seeds and then try to chase it down with water. They can literally expand in your esophagus and pose a choking risk. In fact, there was a case where a guy did exactly that and ended up with a gelled up chia blockage in his throat that had to be removed by doctors. So, always soak your chia or eat it in wet foods like oatmeal, yogurt, or beverages and drink water. If you use common sense, you won't have any issues. Also, another minor downside is that chia seeds will likely get stuck in your teeth. There's no avoiding it, but by day 7, you'll probably be a pro at checking the mirror after your chia pudding breakfast to make sure you're not showcasing a chia smile. Consider it a funny badge of honor if that ever happens, though. Furthermore, if you're new to high fiber, you might feel a bit of tummy gurgling on day 1 or 2. That usually passes as your system adapting. Chia will not be doing any harm to you at that point. It will only be cleaning house in your colon, which can rumble a bit. That's why if you have a sensitive gut, like irritable bowel syndrome, you'd want to start even smaller, say a teaspoon a day, and then build up. But for most people, chia is very well tolerated and safe to eat every day, as long as you respect the water rule and use it in reasonable amounts. Grand verdict: is it worth it? In 1 week of chomping on chia, you will experience better digestion, a quieter appetite, stable energy, and maybe even a bit of a healthy glow, all from an all-natural food that's been around for ages. Chia seeds are pretty much kind of the ultimate overachievers in the nutrition world. They deliver fiber, complete protein, omega-3s, calcium, iron, magnesium, antioxidants, you name it. And they do this with barely any calories. So, is eating chia seeds every day for 7 days worth it? Absolutely, and it's likely just the beginning. Because if your body's expected to react so well after just 1 week of chia, imagine what a month or a year could do. That's the chia seed secret. And if you want more food hacks like this, check out the other videos on this channel. See you there.